Brown guy with tattoos. I think I'm covered. We're looking for a brown guy with tattoos. Perfect. What
Is
shooters
that
we
the
have?
AK day?
That was the AK
Ah,
day. So
Chest blasted.
chest. He just what?
How about this? We'll give something for the listeners. All right.
Dude, if people understood that they can get slapped at any fucking point in time, they would legitimately shut the fuck up. Fucking take the labels off of this shit. If they want to drink the bleach, drink the bleach. So day drinking, and I was like,
I caught that. I'm like, motherfucker.
It's 11.
We're at
It's
work.
11 o'clock.
It's 11 o'clock in the morning.
Work at least.
It's 11
I
o'clock
was
in the
at work
morning.
too, but I was like, yes.
Now it's time for you to talk about Blood Day.
All right.
Why the fuck were you guys talking about that before the fucking episode? Hashtag Blood Day.
So awesome.
Listen, welcome to the Covert Standard. It fucking did it again. I swear to God, I didn't hear it. Did you hear it?
Yeah, I heard
Very,
it. Now
very
I'm
faintly.
Fucking.
I'm just
headphones
going
on.
deaf again.
Welcome.
What's up, guys?
What do you mean deaf?
Hello and welcome
You're still deaf.
to the Covert Standard.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
What's
Feel
going on
shame.
right now?
Feel shame.
What?
shame for
No,
what you
I
just
don't
did.
ever feel shame. I don't give a fuck. What's up, people? Thanks for listening, tuning in for another episode of our podcast.
Thanks, Stone
Of
Cold. You're
our
awesome.
shit show.
Uh,
Hopefully,
And that's it. Have a good night.
Can Stone Cold Cerakote fucking tourniquets?
Ooh.
No.
Okay, well,
he can.
since we're on the topic,
what a great transition.
That was the worst. That was like a D. That was like a D transition.
no,
right
his
there.
are like amazing.
Speaking of
Yeah.
medical equipment,
No, his are
Hey,
amazing.
what about,
Minor-
speaking of medical equipment, what about that woodworking option I did? No,
Minor throw-ins.
he's like, speaking of writing, let's go shooting. Like, what?
Opposites, bro.
Yes.
All right, so go ahead. Let's hear this.
Okay, so medical. That's what I really wanted to get into today.
No.
I know that there's a lot of people out there, especially people that, I don't know, special forces love to come into this and they're like the subject matter experts about everything, but realistically, whatever.
talking shit over here,
Maybe.
What are you talking about?
A little bit.
throwing shade at some
Little bit.
fucking
Little bit.
special forces.
Little
guys?
bit. Little bit.
What's going on?
Little bit. Now, I'm not saying they don't know their shit, but they're not fucking experts about the world. They're not gods, okay? So anyway, what I'm trying to say is medical, or that's what I want to talk about, is that I think, right, recently I've been learning, I've been taking another class, I've been taking more courses recently to kind of re-hone the skills, to catch up on current.
I was about to say, is this kind of a refresher?
Yes, it's a refresher. I'm coming up with current events, basically catching up on new things that are coming out, new lessons, because let's face it, you learn something 10 years from now, something new's out, right? Or something else changed, or they changed the way they do things, right? I just recently took a CPR class, and the CPR class that I took was significantly different than the last time I took a CPR class. Well, okay, not significantly
Yeah, they
different,
keep changing it.
but it was different, right? Like now
You
it's,
blow into their nose.
Ugh,
well, no, it's like the chest,
blow into their butthole.
it was chest compressions versus rescue
Weird.
breaths. It was
Blow constantly, but then you're
Now,
sticking
are they
your
still
tongue in
teaching
and out.
fucking?
Blah, blah,
They're teaching
blah.
blow into the mouth.
the course that I took
Stay the fuck away from that
is
shit.
no, they have masks that you
Yeah.
Stay the fuck away from that shit.
don't breathe.
Yeah,
No.
Don't breathe.
chest compressions.
Chest compressions. You have enough air in your lungs that fucking chest compressions will fucking generally solve the majority.
I learned how to use an AD.
Dude.
Last time I took a CPR class, I never learned how to use that.
Dave
AED
2.0.
is awesome.
He had the fucking like full on mask with the bag.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, they're not doing mouth to mouth.
What happened to us
That's
doing a
insane.
CPR class right here, like having it on the table and
Well,
just doing it?
Dave
we need
2.0
that
decided
one.
he wanted to be cool and leave. We gotta get him back.
He's your
Yes,
He left the fucking state.
yeah, he did. He'll come back. He's coming
I
back.
want to serve my country more. Boo.
Yeah, that's it.
friend. Good
Okay,
call.
so back to that. So
He
I'm
said,
taking
fuck you, Dave.
so taking courses just to kind of refresher because things, I get rusty. You don't practice it.
Right.
That's what happens.
I've
And
done this since high school.
and there's a lot of things that I learned that I remember. Right, like for instance, when's the last time you tied a sling on somebody properly? Now I'm sure you could figure it out, right?
Probably.
That's why I said
never.
that's why I said properly because realistically, like, have you ever? I mean, yeah, okay, we got fucking YouTube, but what are you gonna do? You're gonna fucking YouTube every single thing, every step you're gonna. It's gonna take too much time.
YouTube is still going to work when the end of the world comes.
No,
Right.
Oh yeah. At the end of the world,
No
you
doubt.
can still use YouTube.
You know, the world is going to be burning, but the brave souls that work at YouTube are going to make sure that they keep their servers running.
Duh.
So
I kinda
CPR.
know things.
Back in the day, it was the same thing with us. If you're doing it properly, what happens? You break
Break
ribs, right? So what you're trying to do is it breaking away the cartilage, so it gives you the full compression on top of the heart.
If you do it properly,
Yes, proper CPR. They actually tell you that proper CPR, it will hurt. You will be breaking ribs. They actually tell by medical, professional medical.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
when I took it, it's a possibility. It's not the goal.
No, it's not the goal.
No, not the goal. But
But
they're saying that a proper CPR, you will have broken or broken ribs. You will have pain. Proper CPR. That's
Interesting.
That's it. I mean,
Good
that's
job bringing it back to life.
Interesting.
That's what we're after.
yeah. It'll heal. Okay, they're back to life.
I'm fucking suing you, you son of a bitch.
They changed the Heimlich.
Ribs suck.
They changed the
How are
Heimlich.
you going to change the Heimlich maneuver?
Okay,
He's
so-
dead now.
So Heimlich, when I learned it, the last time I took a Heimlich maneuver class, you had to trace the bottom rib, right? Boop,
Yep.
boop, 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 boop. So you get to the exvoid process. You put 2 fingers there. You put your fist there, and that's what you grab. Now they train the belly button, and then you put your fist above the belly button. So I mean, it's slight differences. Like that's not a big difference, but it used to be trace.
More pressure if you go to the belly button and it goes up compared to the ribs.
Because people are fatter?
You don't get enough. Yes.
But yeah,
Exactly what
probably.
it turned into.
But I remember when I learned it the first time, it was take your fingers, find the bottom rib, walk your fingers to the middle. When you get to the middle when it meets, that's your exvoid process. And then you put your fucking 2 fingers there, put your fist below that, and then
Oh,
that's where you
wow.
do the Heimlich.
I didn't get that fanciness.
Is that like the
That actually hurt.
PC way of like not grabbing girls' tits?
That's
Because I feel like that for a dude, like if it's noon on a dude, just go down the sternum, find the bottom, fucking go. For those that are
grab
listening,
hands
he
and-
is literally like
taking my fingers
and walking on
it
his
to the-
fucking chest with his.
It's how
It looks sexy.
the first time that I learned it, which
It's just what they did to
yeah.
kind of sear it into your brain.
but this time they taught us find the navel or the belly button and then put your fist above it, and then that's where you're going to do your pressure.
Yeah,
Like, it's a little bit
you're
simpler.
gonna In and up.
So it's just it's not major differences, but slight. You know, like
I mean that's a decent amount of difference in space.
It depends on the stomach too.
mhm.
Oh.
So, that's changed as well. What hasn't changed are things that I still remember, like you can't fucking, if someone tells you not to help, you don't help until they pass out, then you can help because it's called implied, it's implied consent. You can then help at that point. So the reason why I wanted to bring this up.
Fucking say that. People are dumb if they're going to say that.
Exactly. Nobody's ever going to say no.
You can die. You're fine. Go ahead.
So the reason why I'm bringing this up is I think it's important, and I wanted to bring this out to get people listening, them thinking. I think it's important to take professional courses for medical, and that's across the board,
in general.
across the board for everybody, for every situation you could think of. We have a lot of, not a lot of as of recent, but mass shootings in the past. You up on your medical skills, you have a medical bag in your car that has, minimum things, you can actually prolong life or at least help at some point, right? I think that for your own personal family, your kid gets a bump and scratch. Do you know how to properly clean the wound, dress the wound, fucking antibiotics? Do you know how to, do you know that? Or do you just make it up?
Are you asking me? Or
No.
are you just talking
In general.
Okay.
This is in general, right?
It's in the body, in the torso, you pack it. If it's in the limb, you fucking tourniquet.
Uh-huh.
And then you just wait for medical professionals. Why?
If you're most of the body parts, you wouldn't want to pack anything
No,
into
you
because
leave it
it's
out.
going into an empty cavity.
Uh-huh.
You want to pack like hip structure,
Okay.
joint structure, anything like here. Yeah, sure. Tourniquet,
Right.
tourniquet.
He's pointing at his armpits and
Thank you.
His penis.
his legs and his
Any
penis.
of the in between or the joint movements for your arms and all that type of shit. That's where you pack anything that is stomach, thoracic. You want to fucking put on one of the fucking seal things. for
Yeah, but
fucking-
if you don't have that
then you're
shirt, if you got a shirt to work with, you got no medical, you're helping to respond, you got a shirt, fucking pack, right? Like
Well,
apply pressure.
pressure.
Yeah.
Different from packing.
Yeah,
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
yes, like packing. When I heard packing, I'm
Pressure's
thinking
fine, yes.
putting it inside of it.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Pressure's fine. No,
Yeah.
no disagreement on that.
No packing.
If you don't know what the fuck you're doing, pressure.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yes.
Right.
So
Don't pack things in there.
I think it's important that people do this. Like in general, just take a first aid course, like a basic first aid course somewhere.
So tampons?
Oh, fucking! I can't believe
sorry.
that's still
I'm sorry. I gotta.
still a thing.
I just had to say him up. Keep going, Fred.
Bro, it's people are.
How about nosebleeds? When's the last time you learned about nosebleeds?
nosebleeds?
Turn your fucking head upside down.
See?
You
See?
do
No,
not.
you don't do that.
You
I
let
know.
that bitch
I grew up with
drain.
fucking nosebleeds every 2 goddamn seconds. I have terrible allergies.
Oldest.
It's the
fucking-
dumbest thing.
Oldest same thing.
But that's how I've learned it in the past. Is you pinch and you hold your nose.
Do you
back.
know what it's like to be a child and have adults tell you wrong medical shit and you know they're wrong
Mhm.
and they're mad at you for not listening to them?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to just
I
pinch it
literally
and hold it
had
out.
like bloody noses at least 2 or 3 times a week. 'cause I
My
had fucking horrible
grandmother
allergies.
is was a nurse or still a nurse. I don't know. Is the same as Marine Corps? Like once a nurse, always a nurse.
Always a nurse.
Yeah.
Once a nerd, always a nerd.
So a nurse, and she's like 70s, 80s right now. And she always said that if you dive into cold water, there's a spot on the back of your neck that'll make you fucking like freeze up and sink to the bottom. So you never get that part wet. So cold, like fucking like Minnesota.
Dive in the water?
Yeah, Minnesota, like cold.
So you want to stay
water.
above it, but not
Yes.
touch the back of the neck.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
And so that's like I've always heard that, and so like of course I wanted to test this theory. I didn't die.
But did you sink to the bottom?
I did. Oh yeah, I'm cold as and then Grandma yelled at me. But I'm sorry. That's segueing.
Is
but,
that
like,
is that the reset button you're talking about? The same place where if you hit, you can knock somebody out?
No, like somewhere on the back of the fucking.
This sounds like
brainstem.
human wisdom, to where there's like that's probably wrong, but it's right for some reason.
Well, it's because
Like it's right, but it's wrong for the reason.
Like Vicks on the feet?
Right.
Like putting Vicks in your feet?
It's like
what you're doing?
well, like
That's a thing. It's a big thing.
porcupines can shoot quills. Like that's wrong, but if
They
you
don't-
touch them, then
hold
you
on.
can, yeah.
They don't shoot. They
Yeah.
don't shoot their.
Yeah, I know that's cool. I like that though.
Yeah, they
I
don't.
like the reference.
But it's a good lesson to like stay the fuck away and
There's
don't
no
touch that shit
projectiles.
But what about the dogs that always
because they touched it.
Yeah.
and then it shoots it?
No, it detaches.
No.
But I wanted to shoot it.
Projectile, fucking.
In my mind, I really thought that was it. Like, don't fuck with me.
All right. So a lot of the knowledge that we thought we knew is not correct.
It's
But
not that
it
it's
is
not
still
correct.
right. That's like so. That was the whole Jordan Peterson thing. He got into this whole fucking thing with Sam Harris.
How's he doing?
I think he's not doing well. I think he has a lot of medical things he's going through.
Yeah, that's what you get for being too smart.
And I think his wife's doing really
Oh,
poorly too.
that's not good.
But he was talking about like things like that, to where like even though they're factually wrong, if you're gonna go by like the actual standards, they're still true by the fact of like through human experience, that is the truth. Like this fucking spot in the back of your neck, if you don't get that wet, you won't fucking sink to the bottom. Like it might be that is true in some fucking way, even though it has nothing to do with
I mean,
what
Grandma
they're talking
said
about.
if Grandma
Right.
said it, then it's
Right.
fucking true.
I love that
Grandma
like
said that
aspect
shit,
of human wisdom, to where like wisdom and intelligence are two different things,
Very much
and
so.
like there can be truth in wisdom even though it's factually wrong.
Like eating before you go swimming?
Yeah,
Is that one of them?
30-minute rule.
Sure.
I heard
Sorry.
15-minute.
No, it's 30.
But have you tried eating and then swim?
Yes,
Of
I was
course.
eating while I'm swimming.
Did you
Yes.
get cramps?
No.
That's one of those things, right? Yeah. You probably do. We just never really did it right.
Nah, it's one of those like, fuck it, I'm proving a point here. Fuck it, I'm all right.
I don't have cramps.
Yeah.
So,
Back to medical.
But adults wanted to fucking swim, so they told the kids they couldn't do
Yeah,
that.
they needed a break.
That's where the wisdom and the intelligence.
It's a
thing came
break
from.
from them.
It's like it's illegal to drive with your dome light on.
Yeah, what the fuck?
is that
turn-
really illegal?
No.
But your mom told you when you were
But your
growing
mom
up.
told you.
My mom told
You
me
gotta
that
turn it
shit
off.
all the time.
You got to turn it off. We can't.
Can't have it on while we're driving.
Good reference. So 3-step rule for carrying a gun in your car.
Yeah.
That's not a thing at all.
No, that's
anywhere,
false.
But
Somebody,
wisdom not to get shot by the police.
somebody came up with like a 3-step rule because it was easier for people to understand that than telling them safely in
Not
case
easily accessible, I believe. Is like the
it's
term.
safely encased or securely encased. Yeah.
I was just having this discussion with other
Yeah.
of them
Under
peoples.
790.
Don't do that.
Sorry.
Go back to your medical stuff.
Sorry, I was going to go off another tangent.
Yeah,
No,
we're
medical
gonna
first.
go.
on medical.
We're gonna go down this
Yeah,
tangent. Well,
keep going.
so
medical.
one of the other things that we don't practice enough, but you can practice at home with each other,
Oh,
Masturbation?
I was about to say, what are we talking about?
is tourniquets.
Oh.
Oh,
So tourniquets
You have a
are important.
okay. Go
Are
ahead.
they?
Tourniquets are important in my opinion because it's a simple device that was created to stop the flow of blood in the extremities, so your arms and your legs, right? So you have a femoral artery, right, that goes through your legs. That's what carries the main blood down to your fucking legs. And if you were to get a cut, an arterial cut, and it's spewing blood, you could potentially put the tourniquet on to stop the bleeding, so that way you don't lose the limb,
Right.
and you don't die, because it only takes about 2 minutes for somebody to bleed out
Right.
like that.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah. So if you apply a tourniquet, you can potentially save somebody's life, and that's why I like a tourniquet. But how many times have you practiced it on somebody or yourself?
Probably not enough, but I guess my understanding was like you can only do it a few times before you're going to start fucking your tourniquet up.
Yeah, so you're supposed to.
You need a training tourniquet.
Yeah,
or
you get a training one.
Yeah.
Fuck it up and mark it as training.
The other thing that I was going to talk about, though, is that like I have kind of a bone to pick with the fact that
Are we still on medical?
all the tourniquet
Hope so.
holders,
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
like they never have a spot for markers. And like you're talking about the point of doing that is not losing a limb.
Just make it, D. Don't give people ideas. Make it.
But if you
You don't need
leave a
marker.
tourniquet
use,
on,
Use their blood.
Yeah,
If you
blood
lose-
on the forehead.
if you leave a tourniquet on too long, they can fucking lose the limb.
That's not true anymore.
No?
That's changed too.
Not even close anymore.
Really?
So
Yeah.
Educate
it
me.
used to be an hour. That was what. That was
Right,
the
that
first
was
time I went
that's
through.
the golden
Golden
rule
rule.
I've always heard, and I
You
don't know
can-
shit.
No.
So
Because of medical advancements that have happened since then,
right,
you can leave it on for 12 hours.
no shit.
Yeah, you can save the limb. They can save the limb, get the blood
How
going, and
much?
like that.
Hold on. How much does that affect the medical bill?
Probably a lot.
more.
A lot more.
Am I going to be like the fucking
Okay.
Tiger King lady? Like,
Don't
just fucking
hold me-
take it. Just take it off.
Well, I don't know.
Don't
12
hold me to
hours.
12 hours.
No. Generally, it's 3 to 6 hours that
But-
they can be on there.
But
Okay.
there
fine.
have been stories that you could look up, and I'm not going to say. I don't want to give any definites
It
because I
has
don't want
happened
people.
before,
Three-
possibly.
It has happened before.
3 to 6 hours for sure.
pretty
Instead of an hour.
on,
Right.
like military boys,
Mm-hmm.
and then like some where like ridiculous shit where they didn't get to, like random trauma surgeries didn't get to him because they missed paper and he had this tourniquet on like this entire fucking time.
Yeah.
It's a terrible story, but
Yeah.
everything was fine.
It's no longer an hour anymore.
Yeah.
So that was something I learned today.
Yeah, I
Right?
didn't know that.
That's why I like going through these medical class because it catches you up on
Hell
things that
yeah.
they're learning.
Dark Angel Medical.
Oh, they're
I was
so
trying to put
good.
something together for them a
God,
while
they're
ago.
so
and it just never
good.
happened. It's hard to put a class together for them because, for one, it's money, and you
Yeah.
got to get a bunch of people to put that money to like.
COVID-19.
But I thought it was cool, and you're right. You have to get a training tourniquet. You don't want to use it too much because you can fuck it up. It's
Yeah.
it's kind of like it's supposed to be a one-time usage thing because obviously you're probably gonna have blood and
You
shit all
made
over
like
it.
a face when you said that. So, do you not believe this?
I believe what?
The one-time use thing.
No, well, I say one-time use. I'm sure you could probably use it more than once.
If
But-
you're using it once, no, because it's going to be put on, and then they're going to have to fucking cut it off of you.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
So- but for
'Cause they're gonna
training,
bleed all
for
over it and
training
stuff, yeah.
aspects and shit, generally you buy a tourniquet and then fucking
Use the fuck
mark
out of it.
that as a fucking training tourniquet, so you get the fucking reference and shit. I mean, I have one at the house that the kids fucking randomly put on
Yeah.
because I'm a crazy dad. I don't know.
no,
Whatever.
you're training them.
Whatever. So like that nonsense.
So, learning how to stop the pressure. You're going back to pressure points again, right? Like when's the last time you practiced that?
Okay, Asian guy.
No, but pressure points are a thing.
Yeah. What's the thing?
Acupuncture?
Yeah, acupuncture. Needles into people.
Yeah.
You do like Jet Li, you put that into somebody and then
And then
stops
it- and
bleeding.
it stops the
from there.
bleeding,
and
That's
then-
such a good movie.
mean,
You do another one?
Keto, where you like fucking pinch in between their
Yeah.
like thumb and index finger, and then you flip them. Like,
There's a
What's it called?
spot. There's a spot on your nose that if I pinch it, that you'll get it hard on.
yeah.
Do
Yeah.
it right now.
Right now.
There.
Do it right now.
But no, I thought it was cool. You know, I thought it was cool to
Are they-
to
they're
look at it
still
again.
teaching pressure points, huh?
No,
Okay, I was about to say, like
no,
nobody teaches that.
they're teaching where to apply pressure
Yeah, there you
before
go.
you put tourniquet
Well,
on.
yeah,
Gotcha,
because,
that's what you mean by
because
pressure
of your
points.
leg, you're
Gotcha.
throwing your leg on there to apply pressure
yeah.
that the tourniquet's
Mhm.
going to be doing the same thing, and you're just adding your body weight to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Different.
yeah, you got your brachial. You'll put your knee in the brachial, or you'll put it in the femoral. You know, and then that's where you're going to stop the bleeding while you're trying to get the tourniquet ready.
I'm sorry, who's using big words now?
Wait, I went through these classes and I'm interested. When I go through shit that I'm interested in, I start
Do you
remembering
do the
things
same
like
for
that.
their neck?
No,
If
and you don't
like
even.
them or not.
Yes, when you don't like no. I even learned that
Do
you're
you
not
tourniquet
supposed to
their neck?
wrap. So I used to
Let me help you.
to apply pressure to a neck wound. You go under the armpit. You know, learning the things like that, right?
Uh-huh.
So I think it's important that people in every day. I'm not saying you're going to become a fucking doctor. You're not going to go out and just start triaging people. What I'm trying to say is that keep up on your medical skills to provide for yourself and your family. I think it's
Basic
important.
Emergency stuff.
Yeah, I think it's important. Your kid fucking breaks their arm, splint it, and then medical services come. Don't, or
What's the biggest problem that happens in fucking Florida with all these terrible drivers? Tremendous amount of car crashes.
yeah.
People get fucked up.
And you can, and it takes a while for EMS to get to where you're at.
Yeah, especially if you call it in wrong, then the police department have to come before.
You gotta, do you remember the mile marker? Do you remember where the fuck you're at? Are you facing eastbound, westbound, northbound, southbound? You know, so it's a lot of communication errors. You can at least get something on them to prolong death, so that way when EMS shows up, they have the probability of survival is so much higher.
Yeah.
That's important. In my opinion, that's important. I think everybody should have a medical kit in their car. Every single fucking person should have a medical kit in their car.
And that's why the Sharpie thing is not that serious anymore.
Gotcha.
Because of the time frame that they can be on there for 3 to
Quite
6
a bit
hours.
longer, yeah.
And if it's one of those, like, you put it on there, you know, when you got there and then called the police, you can find out what time you called the police.
Right.
And,
you have that you can use as reference.
fucking 8:30.
Sure.
Easy enough.
You're talking about how everybody should use it. It wasn't like that long ago. I think maybe a year or two ago, driving home. This is when I lived out in the apartment. And I'm not going to give any street names, but like the intersection where there's like the Arby's on one side, and then on the other side, it's like the Burger King and a little bit up the road, Chick-fil-A.
Dude, everybody knows where it's at now.
I was about to say, like,
No, I'm just kidding.
Do you know
all of the intersections?
All right.
Do you know what I'm
In the
talking
old
about?
place?
Like if I was
Yes.
going from work to my apartment.
Yes.
Guy flipped his fucking vehicle, like going, I don't know, 35 miles an hour. I don't know how the fuck he did it, but he flipped his vehicle in the middle of traffic. And a bunch of people were responding, but like nobody had anything. Like people were trying to cross the street. It was the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking busted out the flashlight, shining people, getting everybody to stop as we all kind of start heading in there. Had to cut him out of the seatbelt because no one had a fucking knife, and he was stuck. Like the seatbelt wasn't fucking working.
Yeah.
Got to pull him out. And it was leaking gasoline. It was a fucking weird, crazy
Was it
ass.
going to explode?
Unfortunately, it wasn't that cool. But
I was about to say, that'd be awesome.
there was like 20 people around after that. I'm like, okay, I guess you guys got it. I'm leaving now. Bye. Went home and, I don't know, did whatever. Drank a beer, I think.
You responded and did something. How many other people did anything?
But, I mean, they were helping.
It's probably lack of knowledge.
There was a nurse. There was a off-duty nurse that
Nice.
was like taking care of the medical stuff. I'm like, boom, good.
Yeah.
Bye.
But sometimes you don't have the pleasure in that.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, and because they're under oath, doctors and nurses are under oath to help when needed. Supposed to. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm giving crazy eyes. Nothing to do with what you were talking about.
Uh-huh.
It just brought me back to a conversation we already had.
Yeah, about the yeah, I know.
We'll get to it. Keep going about the
about
nurse.
people helping, right?
Yeah, obligations.
Mm-hmm. Oath. How some people it means something to them, and some people it doesn't. But anyway,
Some people have been reinstated
I don't like where
Oh,
this is going.
with back pay.
I know what you're talking about. The fucking
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale sergeant.
Yeah, I mean, but that's how that, for in general, for cops that get fired.
Stoneless Douglas. Stone Douglas? What is it?
Stone
Parkland shooting. The fucking
Stonehenge.
The Parkland shooting.
yeah, that's what I thought.
School resource officer that didn't do shit and sat in the fucking parking lot.
So generally, most cops that are like shamed from copping and all that like big things like that, the department fires them. And look, we fired him. You know, fucking, this is a piece of shit. We didn't want anything to do with him. Doesn't say anything about them rehiring him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens more than it should. I guess the best way to put it.
I'm assuming it was some sort of like internal affairs investigation that stated this. Like, how did that work? Did you read enough into that of how the fuck? Because he got his back pay. Like, he got rehired and got his back pay of like you were wrongfully fired, basically.
I think there was more of the FOP coming into it. They're like union for cops.
Right.
Yeah, that is how I think he got most of the money back, or his money back pay and all that.
Can you
type of shit.
imagine if he actually tried to go be a cop? You think he's going to try to do it?
Oh, I thought he was.
He got reinstated to be
He
a
got
cop.
reinstated
I understand,
to be a cop to do.
But is he doing it? Like, do you
Oh
think?
yeah.
You think this guy's going to go work somewhere? He's going to go be a cop in that community?
Well, he'll be working for that same
You
police
think he's
department.
going to get the balls to go to a school?
How
Be
long-
a school resource officer?
They may switch his shift and put him somewhere else.
Oh, so you're thinking that he's just going to come in and get reinstated, then fucking retire?
Yeah, that's what I assumed he would be doing. I assumed if I was him and I was ashamed and I got my money, okay, great. Okay, now I'm going to retire.
But is he ashamed?
Yeah. What if he actually believes that what he did was right?
I don't think so. I don't think he thinks that.
Because it's not the main guy we're talking about. We're talking about the sergeant, right? We're not talking about the main guy that was at the doors.
I thought we were.
No, we're talking about the main guy. No,
Yeah.
Sergeant fucking cruised up And then he did the like Overwatch position.
That's the one we're talking. Is it him?
No, it's the
one that was outside the doors.
I thought we talked about that though. That it wasn't the.
When we got into the,
There was a tremendous amount. I told you that I fucking read that 600 fucking page fucking after action on that.
So it was the main guy
Yeah.
that was supposed to go to jail.
Yeah.
I thought he got sentenced already. That's why.
no, he got cleared of that because
Very much
there's
so.
no. We talked about that on the podcast. I was really frustrated with it, but because
Yeah.
there's no obligation.
Yep.
There's no obligation to
save
go do
your life.
anything.
But he was still going through court though. He wasn't clear. Was he cleared
He
already?
was cleared.
Cleared,
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't hit
cleared
much
through
of the
civil, cleared through criminal,
media. Yeah.
and
Criminal civil. Different. First.
I thought he got both.
No, that's what I'm saying.
He puts
criminal,
you. He
criminal
puts you.
first.
He
and then
puts you in
civil.
a different order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
the
he's being a
the
dickhead.
opposite of how it happens or how they get out of.
What?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. But he got cleared on both, and then he got reinstated and got all his fucking back pay.
Yep.
So
Because he did nothing wrong. I hate to tell you that.
Yeah.
By legal standards, he did not do anything wrong.
okay.
By other standards, nah.
Is it because they didn't have procedurals on that where you're supposed to go one man in? It's supposed to be you're supposed to wait for.
Well, I mean, if you
go to training, it's supposed to be wait for another.
Here's another thing to
This
throw
is
at you. Let me come at you from the
hole.
non-government perspective. If my employee does something and it's not illegal with the fact that he didn't do it, but I also don't like what he did or didn't do, and I let him go for it, that would make sense, right?
It's a right to work state.
Right.
it is a right to work state, you're absolutely
Right. So law enforcement saying like, okay, you didn't break any laws, you had no obligation, but you didn't hold up to the conduct that we expect of our officers, we're going to let you go.
So that's why you're fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't that be the obvious fucking thing? Like,
No, I mean,
Yeah, but they went after criminal charges and then the counter suit, right? The defending because he was defending himself.
Mhm.
The counter suit probably was, I want to be reinstated and I want all my back pay and I want all of this. That was the counter suit.
No, generally it's the criminal. We're not. You haven't done anything wrong. Civil, you haven't done anything wrong. Now we can rehire you. They fire you generally.
it's a publicity thing.
Yeah, sometimes they keep you around and keep you
Like
on pay and all that type
Michael
of shit.
Brown
for
cop.
court.
That poor guy is still fucked.
Yes.
Hold on, it's got to be different though. Like military, they can't just fire you. Like they have to have a reason. Then they put you through UCMJ,
But yeah,
right?
whoa.
So that's different, right?
Completely different.
Yeah,
We're
military's
talking-
totally different.
Yeah, the military is completely different.
They
Sure,
literally
but
have
I'm- but
military court.
I'm not saying that the cop is the same as military. What I'm trying to say is like the military, they can't just fire that. So
some places can just fire you for that. Then you can go like some of the smaller places generally fire you, and then you go through your criminal, then you go through your civil. Nothing's wrong with you, or
And then you
don't
go
get
rehire
charged,
somewhere
you
else.
get reinstated. A lot of the bigger places will keep you on a pay or administrative leave until your court case is
Gets figured
done.
out.
Yeah, it just depends on like the publicity.
Yeah,
So
death
and
by fucking media, man.
that one.
it is a thing. It is a thing.
You're fucking persecuted in the public eye.
Hands up, don't shoot. Like a complete lie, and people still buy into it. People still quote that shit.
Yes.
Yeah, you didn't like.
Hands up, don't shoot.
We all saw the same video, right? Like,
So we all went shooting together,
Oh,
it's so many.
terrible. Terrible.
and someone wasn't having a good
That
time.
was me.
And I don't know if is it the chicken or the egg. Did he do bad because he was not having a good
No,
time?
I'm a terrible shooter.
Or did he not have a good time because he was doing bad?
No, I'm a
'Cause
terrible shooter.
pretty sure I looked at the
It's like
scores.
It's like a full circle.
I think
I'm a terrible
you
shooter.
did better, and then I did better.
Yeah.
It's like a full circle
You're absolutely right.
by significantly like a lot too. Like
Now,
how far can you?
we
How
had-
far do you think you can sprint in 26 seconds?
We had a lot of fun.
Well, that's what I was trying to
With
tell
some
him.
AKs.
I can
We
run the
did- we did
300
we did
faster than the shooting.
a fucking 2-gun outlaw
He didn't have an
style.
optic. I'm giving him a benefit now. He
Yeah,
didn't have a fucking
we
optic.
did AKs, and he did fucking old school Narinko. I fucking loved it.
It was terrible.
I
The
really
only-
want to take some of those videos of all of us and
I thought
put
you-
something
I
together.
thought you
The only
Yeah.
thing though that I can think of though that really that was an excuse is if it were like the distance shooting that he had like the AK sights versus optic, but we both suck, so that didn't matter.
Yeah,
So the rest of it, you should be able to do iron sights. So 26 seconds.
a lot of handgun stuff slowed him down.
Did it?
Yeah,
Do you have a problem with the handgun stuff?
Oh, yeah,
yeah. He had a weaker showing with clearing those plate racks.
bro. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How'd you do in the balance beam? I can't quite remember that one.
Terrible.
Yeah,
God, I was so bad at that.
I fucking love this goddamn Beretta.
You did nasty with that shit, bro.
I fucking love this thing. I've improved my double action pull a lot.
The pie rack behind the no shoots. I was fucking proud of myself.
Yeah.
I think I did fucking because it was like you had to shoot.
Your angles sucked.
You had to shoot between the wood stick and the fucking head to get to a pie rack, and you had to do that 4 times.
Right.
And I was fucking pink, and I didn't hit him. I was so proud of myself. So, didn't you hit it? Didn't they? Okay, so there was another one too where they said that you hit a no shoot, but I don't know if we checked the targets.
It's the wrong angle. It was.
I don't think. Well,
I looked at the fucking angle.
but
Like that angle
everybody
match.
shot the no shoot shot the same place
No, it was lower. It was fucking lower.
by like a half an inch.
That is fucking tremendous at that fucking range.
Yeah, but so their shot group was lower too.
No, it's not.
We didn't check the target, so I think we should have checked the targets.
Anyways, it was a lot of
It's
fun. Coming out, shooting some AKs and
Yeah, carving
shooting some
match.
pistols.
I'm mad that your homeboy didn't fucking show up in that tracksuit now. God, that would have been
Yeah.
That would
awesome.
have been cool.
Yep. Hopefully next month. I don't know.
If you're listening, you're a fucking loser for not showing up in your fucking
We already
AK
told
He got a
him he was a
fucking
loser.
Tokarov.
and your Tokarov and your fucking Adidas
Already-
suit.
We already told him he was a loser.
You're a fucking loser because you didn't do it. Because he's usually the one bringing the oddball shit.
It's a good fucking time though.
Dude, I was just
happy
so
that we got everybody out to shoot
that
together.
we all got to shoot
that
together.
literally hasn't happened. Has it
Yeah.
ever? Has
Yeah,
it ever
yeah,
happened?
Yeah.
At a match, have we
At
shot
a match? No.
Yeah, have we ever shot a match together? I don't think it's ever happened. It was great to get that everybody together. It was a weird time 'cause-
Before you showed up in the fam,
right. I know you and
we
Jason
did.
and
Me,
Jay.
Chase, Jay, we went out with Jason
Who?
and Potter.
Lee was there.
What the fuck's a lead?
Who?
Lee? Did you say Lee was there?
Me
Oh, okay.
I heard Lee.
Yeah,
Jay
both of us heard Lee. I remember old Lee.
and Chase.
Lee, the investigator. He turned into, I think, a detective eventually.
I don't know.
No.
Little Lee. He was a He was a fucking sales guy. He worked in the other town.
You know him, so then he must be a thing, and I don't care. Whoever it is.
You knew him, but now you've
Sure.
forgotten
No, but
because you hate people.
Yes.
I get it.
Yes.
All right.
remember the zombie paintball?
Yeah, bro. That was forever ago.
Good times, man.
That was forever ago. That was cool.
Good times.
We gotta make new memories.
I think that's still a thing.
Yeah, we gotta go do that shit.
That was a good fucking time. That's a good memory.
I want a UTM zombie battle.
The one downtown, they have the
Zombie
zombies that
run?
have the the
Oh yeah, I know what you're
zombies
talking about.
with the bullshit on their fucking
I
head.
drive.
Yeah, that one.
I've never done it.
Oh,
I
it's
wanted
pretty cool.
to.
That
We
was
should if we
supposed
go
to be
down
at Artagon, wasn't it? It's like
I
a
don't
shoot
think
house.
so.
It's
We
a shoot
should
house.
Fucking do that sometime. We should go out there on a Saturday or Sunday. Just go.
It's
fucking
a
do it.
shoot house, isn't it?
It's kind of like a shootout,
And they have zombies in it and shit.
Yep,
and you have to
yep,
find like beakers and like hit the fucking.
No.
No?
You're just going around the place fucking looking for zombies, and they have like a little thing on their head that shows that they got hit. And it's like electric carbines, and it's cool as shit.
Yeah, there was. I know that Artagon, before Artagon went out of business,
It
they
didn't last long.
they were trying to save it. I thought it was cool. The whole art thing that they had. We used to go there all the time and fucking. I thought it was dope.
I don't know what you're saying.
Artagon.
Artagon.
It's over. It used to be Festival Bay Mall. Festival Bay.
Sounds like it's an anime.
It could be.
There's
could
a
be with the
there's a
fanciness
movie
that it was.
theater over there. There's Bass Pro Shop.
Okay.
It's
Vaguely
attached
that
to
area.
it's attached to a
Around
mall over there by what is it? Premium Outlets. The outlets.
Okay.
It's right next to Outlets. But anyway,
Tourist trap.
so yeah, it's a tourist trap. But I like going to Bass Pro. It's one of my favorite stores to go to, and I'm probably gonna go soon because I miss it.
I haven't been in a long time.
And they have a
Bet
place
you
called.
there's a line.
They have,
with
probably.
masks.
Fuck God.
Better wear your mask, bro.
Fuck. Man.
All right. Sorry. Keep going.
If only somebody would give me a fucking mask.
I got one in the car.
I need one. So
It's called underwear.
that's what everybody's been making it out of his t-shirts. Like that's what's gonna
There's a bunch of girls wearing
Medically
thongs for
proven.
masks. Have you seen
medically proven to stop diseases.
You smell that fart.
Yeah, you can smell the fart. No, but so they had a zombie. They were building a zombie shooting thing, right? What it is it's like a game of capture the flag or securing a building, and it was like an office building. They made cubicles and all this shit, and there's zombies, and you got to shoot the zombies and everything like that. Find the room. You're trying to look for these beakers. They have these makeshift beakers, and you hit it, bing, and now you have like room A. Now the zombies can't go in that room. You have a safe room now. Now it's moved to the next room and shit. And I thought it was pretty cool, like their concept. I was listening to it. Yeah.
What the fuck happened to that?
Artagon shut down, and they never got to build it.
That's stupid.
I would like to see if I can research to find out if they moved it somewhere. Which is, it might be the same thing we're talking about. It might be the same company.
Well, I've been to the zombie one, and I think it's pretty cool. They're we can go.
I just want to do more fucking things, man. I know this is gonna sound
more family time.
This is gonna sound
More
weak.
family time. I like
Weird.
it.
This is gonna sound weak, but I like history, right? I like history a lot,
What kind of history?
and I like museums, right? It's weird to say that
not
out loud,
What is
No.
wrong with you?
but I
weird.
love going to museums.
It's his hoodlum past that makes him think that that's weird.
No, it's weird, bro. What the fuck?
That's not
So I like museums, I like art and stuff like that. So I want to go more out and see things.
You gay? Is that what this is?
So like fucking you wasn't proof enough that you know fucking homoerotica shit.
Museums, huh? Oh, random. Didn't we go to a museum down in Cocoa, like Nights?
Oh yeah. You didn't Fred
go to
did
that?
not go because he couldn't.
Fucking nerd.
It was,
Why couldn't I go?
It was you, I, Old Gunsmith, and then Cabal, I think, right?
I don't.
Where?
I don't remember, Dave.
It was definitely the other Gunsmith.
Yeah. I remember
we
that.
went to
Nights.
So Knights has a museum. Knights Armament, the owner of it,
That's a museum,
has a museum, military technical institute, something like that, and it is a 3.5 hour tour of
bro. That's
half guns.
That's what we need to do.
Half vehicles, and it is.
Dude, I've
fucking
missed
awesome.
so much.
You have to
shit.
do that on a weekday.
Let's go.
I think they only do it like Tuesdays or Wednesdays.
Cool.
Yeah, but I would love to. I'll take a vacation day. Like I want. I'd
I
love
can't
to go back.
yet. I
Yeah.
will soon.
Right, but so it's every military firearm the
Bro,
U.S. has ever used,
it's
literally from the from the colonial days on up.
That's
Every
so
military firearm that's ever been used, fuckload of prototypes, all kinds of Patterson device, like full auto bolt action guns.
And then the new age shit.
They have the HK. They bought the Colt Museum.
Yeah.
They have like every variant of HK. There's a lot of cool shit for firearms.
Yeah, bro. It was dope.
And then you get to the vehicles, and they do a decent amount of like World War I, World War II, like old school Harley bike and personnel
what's
transport, and then tanks. And tanks are scary as fuck.
Would you guys be down to do like a DC trip?
I'm up for it. I've never been.
Washington DC.
Police week is we just missed it, so that'll be next year.
Just us go up there.
I haven't been, and I'd like to go see.
We'll split a hotel. I still have family we could probably stay at, but it's like a 6 hour
just
drive.
Split a fucking hotel.
We'll split a hotel, and I want to go see all the museums out there again, and then I want to go, take a look at all the cool shit, all the cool American shit.
Yeah, I haven't seen like the Lincoln Memorial,
God,
Washington
dude,
Memorial,
the
Jefferson.
executive building.
Yeah,
it was built in the 1800s. Is the most impressive building I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And of course, that's not saying much because there's a lot more out there that is probably cooler. But that building is fucking awesome. It's huge. It's massive.
Yeah.
And it's like pillars upon pillars upon pillars. And they have these 2 cannons that were loaned to us by Spain or something like that. That's in front. It was cool to me. Seeing the White House up front's pretty cool. It's really small.
Bro, I'm seeing a new side of you right now.
What?
This nerdy side's coming out.
It'd be cool to see the actual
You've
like
been hanging around with Dillon too
Constitution.
much.
This has been me forever.
You've been hanging out. Why are you hiding things from me?
Not hiding anything.
You are.
I'm a jack of all trades.
You tell me it wouldn't be cool to see the actual Constitution?
I mean,
I saw it. Actually, that's where. See those?
Yeah.
I bought all that from over there and hung them up
I was
because
about to say, look, right there.
Yeah.
I saw it.
I saw it. The real one. It's right there, it's hanging on my wall.
Nicolas Cage stole the real one.
That's what I'm saying. And then Freddy fucking took it from
And
him.
then I
it's
fucking
right there.
punched him in his face and I put it on my wall. Oh.
I have seen the real one.
It's absolutely impressive. You get this overwhelming sense of like fucking pride. When you look at it, you get this. It's just a piece of paper, but it's like, God, that fucking piece of paper changed the fucking world, and it gave us what we have today,
Greatest
which is why
document
ever written.
Yeah,
and that's the reason why I take it to heart so much about our country, about our homeland. That's why I take it to heart so much, is because I understand it now. And when I was a kid, I didn't fucking understand that shit.
right.
Dude,
Yeah.
dude, I was not a patriot going into the military. I was not somebody that joined the military because I wanted to fight for my country. I was not the one that joined the military because I wanted to be, all I can be or whatever fucking terminology you want to put it
because
to
he
it.
didn't go into the army.
Yeah, exactly. But
Nerd.
but going into there and
Like, he knows
then
that.
for the first time doing something that was bigger than myself, it gave me that pride.
Yeah.
When I landed back here, like kissing the fucking ground, bro. Like I see the world differently.
You got him fucking amped up now. Good job.
I see the world differently now than I ever have. And I would love for a lot of other people to feel that and see that. But there's a reason why I like to defend the way I like to defend. I believe in our fucking freedom. That document is the greatest document ever fucking written. And the reason why people don't fucking fuck with us is because that's it. That's what we abide by. Just like we talked about a podcast or two ago, we talked about a bunch of shit. But the judicial branch was their fucking job. Their fucking job is to make sure that nothing is
Judicial.
What did I say? Sorry, I slurred it.
The jujitsu branch?
The jiu-jitsu branch. The judicial branch, right?
Yeah.
Their job is to make sure that everything that gets passed does not break that fucking document.
Right.
That's their
They've
job.
been fucking up so bad.
Exactly.
For so long. Yeah.
But I care about that.
Yeah.
Like fucking fix it.
Right.
What can I do to help
Our
fucking fix
country
it?
is broken mostly because of. I think you can stem it back to the education system, like the weird
Oh my God.
weird corruption of law schools. Then that permeated. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But it sure as fuck seems like the lawyers, even though generally judges that get into those positions are fucking old. Like they've been judges for a long time. Maybe it's just because everything's political. Like I remember having these discussions with some of the guys I went to gunsmithing school with, and they're like, dude, you can pretend like you're impartial and you care about the legal system and the law, and this is how you're. It's really just all fucking political shit.
It's been corrupt for. Dude, if you know people, you can get away with shit.
Yeah,
I think the best document that I have
Hillary
seen
knows people.
was from fucking Ron Swanson, and it said, "I can do what I want." So I like that one a lot.
I can do what I
sorry,
want.
That's
We're just
where
gonna cook
my
we're
head
gonna-
went. Sorry.
I'm going to give you a brief synopsis of what the Constitution says.
Do you have a permit for that? Hold on.
I do what I want.
I Actually, I'm gonna start carrying that around.
Yeah.
Just carrying one that says, here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do what I want.
Yeah.
But that's why I take so much pride on it. That's why I fight for what I fight and what I believe in. That's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, is because of this. I can't help it. It's just part of me.
Yeah.
And, and there was a point in time in my life where I really wanted to hide that part of me. And it sounds weird when I say that. I wanted to hide it.
Yeah.
I took pride in what I did, but I wanted to hide it because I didn't think that, one, I was good enough.
Okay.
I didn't think that I was strong enough to keep going with that aspect of fighting for other people, fighting for our rights, fighting for our country. I didn't think I was strong enough for it by myself.
We're getting deep.
Yeah, I know, it's weird. I don't know why I'm getting deep right now. It's 2 fucking beers. That's it.
Just leave him alone and let him talk.
So before I went to the military, right? I told you that
Right.
that
You
I
weren't
wasn't
about
political. After the military, that's when I developed it. But there was a point in time in my life where I literally thought that I wasn't strong enough, that people aren't going to like me, that they're going to hate the shit. Not that I cared about what they thought about me, but the simple fact is I didn't think that I had the ability to do it. And then I woke up for the second time in my fucking life and realized that there's probably a lot of other people like me, and the people that don't do anything are the people that fail. They're the true failures are the people that don't do anything. The true failures are the ones that don't step out and just do one more thing outside of the box, outside of what their norm is, and trying to help other people, right?
You look at like the drivers of history, and especially the drivers of history in like the really negative light, like what's resulted in mass murders. It's generally the minority, but they're very like vocal and no one challenges them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it is important to stand the fuck up and just, if nothing else, just tell them they're fucking dumb.
America is a minority. I mean, fuck. But that's what happened. We started as a minority. We were a small group that fucking decided, fuck you.
Look
We're
at
gonna
like
do our
the
own thing.
communists in Russia and all the fucking chaos and horrible shit that happened. Like they started off as a fairly small minority. Even the Nazi Party was not like really. It got to be a decently popular party, but they never won an election on a national scale. Like Hitler didn't get elected into power. They had this fucking weird chancellor system to where a guy got elected and he felt weird because they were popular enough, so he put him in basically a VP spot, and then he went off and died. And then boom, you got Hitler. You got Hitler.
Hillary.
Hitler,
I like, same shit. Hillary, Hitler.
A little different, but Hillary does get away with things.
Yeah. But so basically that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I found it. I found my true self. I've had some reflection over the last couple of years with everything that I've been doing. bettering myself, trying to complete myself, and I started realizing that you have to help, and if you have the ability,
Dude, it makes you feel so fucking
yes,
good.
it does. But
Don't you feel like it makes you feel good
With what?
to
if you
help somebody?
Depends on the person.
if you have the ability, you must do.
So, this is a dumb small story, but my girl wanted to buy a vehicle. And we went out vehicle shopping, and she looked at it, and it's the big reason why she wants it is because all of her friends are buying new vehicles, and they're all making terrible financial decisions. They are fucking probably could easily be homeless in 3 months. And
How many friends does she have?
so she,
One?
you guys are fucking awful. She looked at it and knew that she couldn't make that decision. She needs to wait 1 more year before she buys a vehicle because it just won't make financial sense for her to do it right now. And she was super bummed about it, though. She was bummed about being an adult. And
It does suck.
It does suck being an adult, right?
We stopped at a Waffle House. And
Ooh,
Why would you not?
for dinner, and it was, of course, empty. Like, they've just barely started opening up, I feel like. But no one was there. We had dinner, and our bill was like $18, and we gave him a $20 tip, and like that made her feel better. Of just having like a random fucking act of kindness, like helping people out, fucking, and you like that made his fucking night.
I don't like
Someone giving a tip bigger than their fucking bill. That made his night. He was so happy about it.
Ooh, I gotta go.
I don't like talking about the things I do that I feel is a good thing. Like I don't brag about it, right? I just do it because I do it
you're
because
not
I
looking
want
for
to.
credit when you're doing
But
it.
to give you an example, I will give you the most recent example. There was a guy sitting outside of Target, and between Target and Publix over in this one area that I like to go shopping.
Uh-huh.
And his sign just said hungry.
Yeah.
Right. And I normally don't. I have a whole nother episode we can talk about.
There's a lot of problems.
Whole nother episode I can talk about.
In Florida, especially of people being professionally homeless.
When I was in Publix, I was buying stuff for myself. I was at grocery shopping and everything like that, and I picked up a fucking extra sandwich, a bag of chips, and a Coke. Put it in the bag, bought it, walked outside, gave him the bag, and I was like, "Hey man, hope this helps." Like again, I don't like talking about this because I don't do it for the fucking clout.
Right. But it felt good though.
It felt good because I in my mind I fed that guy.
Yeah.
I fed that guy. He's going to survive a little bit longer, and he's going to think about me. Like, he's going to think about there's still good in the world.
Yeah.
Because my mind is changing it like that. Is changing the world and allowing them to see that there's still good amongst all this chaos.
Is it my turn for the
Yes,
story?
go for it.
I went to like a crash, and a girl was drunk. Crashed pretty good into a fucking pole. Broke both of her legs trying to get out of the car. She was trying to get out of the car. So I ripped her out of the car and like dragged her. Oh, I didn't know that she hit one of the power poles. I was dragging her. The fucking thing exploded.
Oh, shit.
It was pretty cool. She's alive, but still.
There you go. You just changed your life.
Yeah, because she's not dead.
Yeah.
Don't drink and drive, bitch.
Yeah, right? The lesson here.
It was cool. It was like that fucking, like I wasn't like walking away
Like,
from
I
it.
feel
but
like
it
a
was,
superhero right now.
It was one of those, like, I am on fire because that bitch is hot all of a sudden.
So what did we learn? Take some fucking medical classes, right?
Yeah.
Get your fucking shit together so that way you can take care of yourself and your fucking family. Don't be a fucking dick. And help people.
Don't forget to throw out some kindness. It's good for your own soul.
Everybody. I mean, dude, that you know what my favorite thing is, and I'll end it on this. It's not my favorite movie or anything like that, but I like the concept of the movie. Was Pay It Forward. One person helped 5 people, and when you help one of those 5 people, you tell them you have to help 5 people, and then those 5 people you tell them to have helped 5 people, and it just branches out. It was a movie called Pay It Forward, and it was I love the concept because it was a kid who changed the world. One kid did an act of kindness.
Didn't that thing on Facebook?
Dude.
You have to repost this to 5 other
No.
people.
He actually did like personal, like actual favors. But
I think they're doing the same concept.
a kid did a favor, an act of kindness to 5 people, but the only stipulation was, I'm going to do this for you, but you have to help 5 people. And it just branched out and changed the world. I like the concept, and I think everybody should be fucking nicer to people, and everybody should help each other out. So ending on that note, thank you for fucking listening. It's another great fucking episode. Sticking with us here over at Covert Standard. I've got Chase, Bad Karma Live.
So be unwilling to accept hope, because hope is the last thing a man does before he dies.
That's weird. That's a weird statement, and I don't support it.
You should think about it a little bit deeper.
I don't
and you'll
support
understand.
it.
I don't support
I've got D, clear malfunction.
I hope things get better. I don't want to die. I don't want America to die. I'm hopeful.
I'm hopeful.
Like in a. Okay, cool. We'll
That's
talk
my
And
fucking ending
I'm
quote.
Freddy, a.k.a. the Nitro Panda. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends about us. And we're still thinking about you, Canada. Fight back.
They won't.
Good luck,
Fight
guys.
hard.
I mean, you got 2 years. Try to make something happen.
Get his ass out of fucking office. Get somebody else in there.
Don't, please.
Yeah. True motherfucking don't.
Bye.